and today we've got a reading for you about someone who may have some level of fame or celebrity, and it looks like they have been able to fool a lot of individuals into believing that there's some really generous or benevolent energy here, when you, on the other hand, seem to see right through who this person really is. Because we have the Empress in the reverse. This is somebody who may have stolen someone else's work to become wealthy or famous. This could be somebody who is pretending to be very authentic, but you are able to pick up on the fact that they have ripped something off of someone else, or they've like hobbled together a lot of different things to pretend this is them. So regardless of your gender, you're the Queen of Swords because you're perceptive. You see through their little tricks and you're not falling for it. Hey, Key Controller. Hello, Grindhard. How we doing? Let's call in spirit with a little bit of wind chime time. I hope you're having a good day so far. If you're interested in a personal reading, I would love to do one for you. My email address is wickedwandstarot@gmail.com. It's in the description box for you, as is right below that. You can find out how to become a member of the channel. Tonight at 7:30 p.m. Central in the US, we actually have a members only live stream for those in the stars or the towers tiers. All right. Hey, Jess, how's it going? Let's dive in with the what's the news, because I feel like we need to get a little bit more like zero in on whether or not this is more of like a social community or a romantic situation, right? It's going well. What else? Somebody is conflicted, perplexed, confused. I think this is you. Like, why does everyone like this person? Why has everyone gone so wild for this individual? Maybe you don't understand because you can see through whatever shenanigans they're doing or whatever fake thing they're into, right? And none of these other folks can. You're just like not impressed. You can tell that their intentions are not what they claim they are. You can tell that this person is two-faced. Hello, Peter. How are you doing? Hello, Rajakish. I don't know if I said that right. I'll take personal questions at the end of the reading if we hit the $15 in tips threshold, with priority, of course, to those that tip. But I do like to do questions for folks. Let's see. So this is somebody who feels like they've got everybody kind of under their spell, and then you come along and you're not one to just kind of like pretend you like people when you don't. So I feel like you're very blunt with this person, or you make it very clear, like with your face, that you're not really interested in whatever this person has to sell, right? Hello, son. How are you doing? If you're going to be judgy, just know I will put you in a timeout. The sun is supposed to be happy energy. Hello, Mark. Hello, Gary. How are you doing? Hello, Fernando. Alex, if you look on the pictures that I've posted, you'll actually find me in a Carmen Sandiego costume. Hello, Kiara. Hello, Abdul. How you doing? So we've got somebody here who is trying to fool everyone, but they're trying too hard is the thing. So we've got dramatic and trying too hard. It's kind of hard to read, but the second phrase there is trying too hard, or they like to start drama, right? But they have like a little 1-2 punch that they go with. I'm going to do a lot. I'm going to go over the top, but then, you know, follow it up with a little bit of love bombing. So everyone thinks I'm great. So they feel like they get away with a lot, this star energy, because of who they are, right? And you look at them and you're like, why do you think you're so great? I don't get it. Why do people like you? What's your story? How do you get people to actually like you? You don't get it. You don't see what everybody else sees, or you don't understand why other people don't see that problem, right? Or that fake energy. Hello, NK. Hello, Anshu. Hello, Linda. How's it going? Hello, Medea. How are you doing? No. Well, that's not entirely accurate. Hello, Michelle. There is one deck that kind of creeps me out. It's the true crime one. So we've got the Five of Spheres or the Five of Pentacles in the reverse. And I feel like this is something about a person returning. So maybe this is, you know, a visit to a hometown. Maybe this is, I'm visiting my families. I haven't, you know, been here for a while. But this is like an outsider coming through and realizing that like everyone's under this person's spell. Hello, Sean. How are you doing? If it's not your thing, Madihya, that's cool. You keep it moving. Natalia, I love that name. Hey, what's up, GP? Samarth, my recommendation to you is to invest in yourself. A hobby, a creative outlet, and the rest kind of takes care of itself. But if you have a good creative outlet, you're able to process things and also get some confidence from that, right? Yeah, I think you have to be careful with where you get the cards, right? Hello, Lemonade. How are you doing? This is the Black Tarot, by the way. So we have the Four of Wands in the reverse. It's interesting that this is in the reverse because everything points to this star energy being very successful or even kind of put on a little bit of a pedestal. But the Four of Wands in the reverse indicates that I feel like it's because you're coming back around or because you're there that you're able to make this person a little bit nervous that maybe they will lose whatever pull they have with this community or this group of people. Hello, Stizzy. Hello, Viro. Hello, Laura. Hello, Jay. How's it going? Oh, I think that's pretty short-sighted. There's more truth than that. And you know what? I remember you. I didn't like you then either. Because I think it's really important to leverage your beliefs to bring you closer to other people as opposed to judge them or be intolerant of them. Because you never know what kind of wisdom you're missing out on by limiting yourself to one kind of wisdom, right? Thank you, Grandhard. Let me see if I can write that down real quick. How she react? Alrighty, I got that for you. And is she talking about you today? Alright, I've got that for you. Yay! So folks, if we get to $15, which is just like $5 away-ish, then I'll do personal questions for everyone. Well, not everyone, but for peeps. Hello, Vero. How are you doing? Jay, I'm sending you prosperous, abundant energy. Hello, Jesse. How are you doing? Hey, I'm here. You have volume control. Like, you're the master of that particular decision. So we've got Queen of Spheres or Queen of Pentacles with the Ace of Swords. Ooh. I feel like you have the inside scoop. Maybe it's because you overhear something. Maybe it's because you have this intuitive knowing that you can't really trust this person or something's off. And maybe you're just kind of nosy and you go looking for information. Everybody's got Google, right? But I feel like you end up getting closer to the truth about this person than anybody who's known them, even though you're like new to the scene or you just met this person. And you're like, how does nobody else see this? How you all think this person's cool? Like, what? I don't get it. Hello, Selena. Hello, Johanna. My name is Carmen. Okay. I'm here. I wish you luck with that. I don't really like that you are capitalizing everything. I'll put you on a little baby timeout. I trust you to take care of this, but I don't adjust my volume for individuals. Sorry. I gotta make sure that others can actually hear me. So you'll figure it out. I believe in you. Yep, if we get to $15. My thoughts are that you sound racist when you ask that question, so I would encourage you to consider how you could approach that in a more tolerant way. Hello, Redbeard. How are you doing? Oh, yeah. You know what? Why don't we just make it permanent? I'm sure there are other places for you. Redbeard, your PC blew up? What happened? Yes, thank you, Lemonade. Yes. Perfect. So look, we've got somebody who feels like they've been able to get everyone to buy in on their story. They've been able to sell a monorail to the town, right? Like everyone thinks whatever they've got going on is great. And then you show up. It's like, I don't know, maybe there's a wedding, maybe there's a birthday party, but you show up and this is like the record scratch. You're like, y'all think this person's cool? You like them? What are you drinking? You call attention to the fact that these people, they haven't really looked into who they're dealing with. And the star, whoever this is, they've been lying. There's something here where they are either like seriously misrepresenting their history or their experience, or whether or not you can trust them. Why am I getting like catch me if you can, like fake credentials as far as what their profession is? There's just a lot of lies here. And I feel like you pick up on this person just doing the most. And everyone else is like, oh, we thought they were great. Yeah. I feel like you bring everybody else back to reality. You're like, hey, let's actually like check people out before we, trust too much, right? Hey, Realm of Bedlam, how you doing? Hello, Eli. Farah, I hope you're having a good day. I think I said hi. We've got Strength in the reverse. Okay, so this is a manipulative person. In some cases, you may even go so far as to say that this is a person who like preys on others, right? Who can I get to, befriend me or adopt me or look at me as somebody they should mentor? And how can I like kind of worm my way into a community so I can get what I want? And then I feel like this person leaves very quickly. They don't stay in any one place for very long, which is probably why I was getting the like monorail reference. I'll drop by for a little bit, get some investments, and then I'm gone and you get to clean up the mess. Hello, Unrelated. Hello, Logan. That's funny. Hey, big country, there's room enough for multiple paths to the truth. Pointing out the cross, but also let's be accepting of others, okay? Hello, Michael. So I think this person is taking advantage somehow, probably financially, or, trying to maybe do some clout chasing. And they're feeling pretty good about the progress they've made. Like, I've got these people eating out of the palm of my hand. They think I'm great. They think I'm the best thing since sliced bread. And then you show up and you're like the Philip Seymour Hoffman character in The Talented Mr. Ripley. You're like, nothing about that's right. Calling you out to your face, right? So you make this person uncomfortable because you make it clear that you're not as susceptible to their trickery or their shenanigans, their lies, and you make them nervous. They have to start thinking about what they've got themselves into and whether or not they need to maybe even like keep it moving a little bit faster than normal. So the difference is this is somebody who's trying to embody the Empress energy, which is saying I can create things, or I take care of things, or I improve upon things. You can trust me. But they came out as the Empress in the reverse at the very beginning. And then you show up. It doesn't matter what your gender is, but you have this Empress energy to you, which is in particular highlighting your intuition. So you get a good read on people. So the fact that they were pretending at all, you would pick that up on your radar. But the fact that they were pretending to be basically the energy that you embody, you're like, no, that ain't right. No, that's fake. That is imitation crab meat. Hey, Tickle Your Brain. If we get to $15 in tips, I will take personal questions at the end. Otherwise, I would ask just please make sure we're not repeating messages. It's not family realm of bedlam, but yes. So we've got the Knight of Spheres or Knight of Pentacles. This person felt like they had invested in this community, or they had to take some time to get someone maybe to fall in love with them. This could be someone who's like trying to date like your aunt or something, right? But you walk into town and you see that they're fake like right away. And they're nervous now. Like, I've invested, or I don't know what I was gonna do without this working out, and then you show up and make it seem like it's not a closed deal or not something that's going well. So you make this person feel like they're not going to be able to achieve what they've been working towards. Hello, Becca. How are you doing? Dang. Oh, on the pupil dilation too. Yeah, I could see that. Sorry, my flip-flop fell off. Don't judge me. Oh my gosh, you guys. You know what you should judge me on though? I went shopping and accommodated the taste of my mother. Went to a shop that's more her pace, right? And the thing that caught my eye was, I don't know if I should ruin it. There's a two-piece thing that I tried on, jacket with pants. I think I'm just gonna post the picture and y'all can make fun of me, but it is wild. Think like mint chocolate chip. Yeah, I'll share it. Hello, Alice, how are you doing? So we've got the Eight of Swords. This is the Tarot of the Nile, by the way. We've got the Eight of Swords and the Queen of Cups. Ooh, and the King of Cups in the reverse. Yeah, see, this is somebody who feels like everybody was blindfolded. Nobody knew what was really going on. Nobody could see what they were really getting into. They were using this love bombing technique, right? I'm going to make it seem like everything's perfect. I'm going to take care of everything, or I'm going to make this great. This could be a romantic relationship. This could be just getting into a social circle, right? And then you show up and you're like, how is anybody seeing this person as a Queen of Cups in the upright when I can clearly see that this person is not emotionally stable and they're pretending to be somebody that they're not? Hello? Anybody else awake? It's pretty good, Matt. I might, well, I don't know. I think Cookie dough is probably my favorite. Alice, I do have a video about learning tarot. In fact, the easiest way to do it would be to look up the playlists because I separate out. I have a lot of videos on my channel, but if you look up learning tarot as the playlist, you would be able to find a couple of videos that I have on that. Hello, Arizona. How are you doing? So we've got the 8 of Pentacles in the reverse and the 2 of Wands. Oh my. So they're getting desperate. Okay, so if you call me out, if you know what I'm getting into, or you know that I can't be trusted, and you start telling all these other people that they can't be, or that I can't be trusted, then I might lose the investment that I've made here. Whatever I have done to try to set myself up, I feel like they're trying to make money or they're trying to like scam people, right? You're making them go back to the drawing board. They're like, I might have to go to a different town. I might have to meet some new people, but you're pooing in the punch bowl. They feel like their opportunity is getting messed with. Hello, Rich. How are you doing? Yeah, I think that's pretty accurate. We need to be more of like a, it takes a village type, right? Knight of Cups, Knight of Pentacles, and the Ace of Pentacles, and the reverse. So the Knight of Cups is more of like a romantic energy, right? So if you go on a first date with somebody and there are fireworks and they, you know, I don't know, are a good kisser and you're like, wow, this could really like go the distance. We had great conversation. They made me laugh and blah, blah, everything goes good. And then they're, you know, talking about, well, where should we live? What kind of matching towels should we have? And then they ghost you the next day. That's this energy right now. This Knight of Cups is like, I can dream up this fantastic situation, or I can tell you all these beautiful lies about who I am as a person, if you promise to believe them. But the Knight of Pentacles, this is like tangible asset. This is ground, right? Earth energy. What is in front of you? What can you show me that's real? So they come in, they have clearly put their spell on. Doesn't sound real. How much will that cost? Have you ever done this before? Do you have experience? Do you have references? And they're like, how dare you? You're making it so much more difficult for me to do whatever I'm trying to do, which could be robbing people because you ask the difficult questions. And now all of a sudden, whatever they thought they had in terms of a grasp on this community or this person or whatever it is, now they're realizing, I don't know if I'm going to be able to go up against this Empress energy. That's you, regardless of your energy, matching up with a feminine energy. Empress is talking about somebody who is able to create or build things. There's someone here who's basically pretending to do something very similar to you or having that same kind of energy. That's why it's so easy for you to be like, that's not real. No. Like if you work all day selling engagement rings, I would have to imagine you'd be a little bit better at noticing or picking out the like lower end quality jewelry, right? This is somebody who's like trying to pretend they're really good, or their natural energy is very similar to what you have, which is why you're like, no, that won't do. Rejected. This is a general reading, yes. I did ask a couple weeks back if y'all wanted me to get into more of like the astrological sign readings. I've done them in the past and they haven't been as well received as the general readings, but if you want me to get back into doing that and there's enough demand for that, then I will do it. Also, once I hit 20,000 subscribers, I do plan to give away 2 free readings, not just like the 1 questions I do on here, but a longer form reading. So make sure you subscribe. That was quick. Ooh, I mean, that is kind of a good call from Maggio, but I don't play music in the background because that's a really good way to get copyright, and then all your crap gets taken off the internet, and then I do all this work for nothing. Yeah. But if you want to whistle along, that's totally cool with me. Six of Pentacles. This is an agreement. This is an arrangement. You do this, I'll do that. So maybe they're trying to get a contract signed. Maybe they're talking about getting married, you know? Well, it's not perfect, it's not ideal, but we get along really well. I feel like you come around and you make this person's offer look like crap. And they had worked so hard to make it sound like a good offer. Hello, Shai, how are you doing? I hope your relationship is improved, or at least that you're happier here in the next several days. Aw, that's wishful thinking, Mark. We've got the Magician in reverse. The Ten of Swords and the Seven of Swords in the reverse. So you're calling this person out. One person starts to believe you or see the truth, and slowly more people begin to see that you actually have a pretty good point. This would be like if you've ever seen an episode of Bar Rescue, and there's two competing energies trying to run a bar, and a very stubborn person has it wrong, and then John Tapper comes in and is like, no, you're wrong. Sometimes people just need to be told that, right, by an expert. I feel like you are being seen as the expert. You're John Taffer in this situation, and you're calling someone out for not running their bar right, for not being what they said they are. And it's making it so that they have to basically put together a new plan or find a new place to be, because people are not willing to buy whatever they're selling because you've pointed out that it's not real. Ooh, do you? Hello, Vens. How are you doing? Sending you healing energy, Bedlam. We've got the Two of Swords in the reverse. The Chariots and the Knight of Wands. This person's literally running away because of you. And I'm not saying you're like mean. I think you don't suffer fools. I think if somebody is going to lie about what they can do, or lie about what they can achieve, or, you know, what experience they have, and you can tell, oh God, not that. You're not gonna like let other people get taken, you know, scammed or whatever because of it. I just got the scene from Meet the Parents with the cat. The milking the cat, where he's trying to say that he learned how to milk cats. It's very awkward to just sit around and let somebody make a fool of themselves like that, right? Like, what are you doing? I feel like that's how you're looking at this person like, what? Clearly you don't know what you're talking about. Why are you such a fake? All right, what else do we have? Hello, Kingly Eagle, how are you doing? Thank you, Nizzle. Hey, Rezzy, how's your day going? Eight of Cups in the reverse. This is the karma rolling back on this person. They have outrun a number of problems and felt pretty pleased with themselves that they've always found the right time to like leave, right? Ooh, now's the right time to leave the party. Things are getting weird, but not this time. You are making it difficult for them to be able to achieve what they want because you're showing up right in the middle of everything, and they're like thinking about whether or not it makes sense to just like cut their losses and run. Because we did have the Chariot with the Knight of Wands. These are the two fastest moving cards in the tarot deck. Thank you, Grindhard. So we've got somebody who feels like they need to leave, maybe because they've done something illegal, or maybe because they're struggling in terms of their money, right? You could send somebody happy poop? No way. That's hilarious. Thank you, Grindhard. Hello, Shannon. How are you doing? Oh, that's even better. So look, I think you're making this person have to make an exception to their normal business process. I think you're making them put on a little bit of a show until they can find a secret moment or a quiet moment to sneak out the side door, and hopefully nobody notices when they leave town. This is so like the monorail episode, you guys. What are they trying to sell? They might be trying to get married to somebody, and you might completely ruin that for them, as you should, because they can't be trusted. They're trying to take money that isn't theirs or charge too much for something that's fake. They are a fake. So well done exposing this person, but they're gonna leave before the grand finale, right? If there's a wedding, if there's a grand opening, if there's some sort of, I don't know, art exhibit or whatever, this person's leaving before all of that because they don't have a choice, because you've exposed them, because now they feel like they don't have any way to back up their claims with somebody like you who's going to be able to disprove or kind of question every step of the way, right? So they feel like they are no longer the expert or the person that people are looking up to. You are the big man on campus, or you are seen as like the guru, the pro. Hey, King the Eagle, that's a decent point. A little puzzled by your comment there, Monty. I'm putting you on a little bit of a time out. Oh, did I read it wrong? Tell me. Did I? Now I'm worried. Oh, okay. I did read it wrong. Hold on. Hold on. Can I undo it? I'm sorry, Monty. I misread it. It's my that's my problem. Monty, if you want a free question, you hit me up. I'll do it. I read your message too quickly. Sorry. Can we still be friends? I'm out here with whack-a-mole, like, boop. Am I blushing, you guys? All right. Sorry. All right, we got the Seven of Cups in the reverse. And then I'm going to get to those personal questions. Oh, wait, we're still only at $10. Come on, you guys. I know you want to. Hello, my city. How are you doing? Look, we've got somebody, we got 2 sevens in a row. We've got somebody who feels like you have blown their cover. They feel like they've worked all week or all month to try to set something up and it was going their way. And then all of a sudden, it's a problem. No, you are not, philosopher. I was talking to Monty. It's my bad. I think I only did like a 10-minute timeout. I feel bad. Yeah, nobody really does, right? So this Empress energy, if I explained earlier, that was you. Even if your gender is not aligned with the female we see here, the Empress energy is somebody who's able to create, somebody who's able to maybe even build an empire. This is somebody who can recover from difficult situations and could be like even entrepreneurial energy. And you're able to help others see that whoever is pretending to be like you is not like you. You're shifting the tide. You're making everybody realize that they kind of bought into something that they shouldn't have, right? Hello, Knox. How are you doing? Hello, Shakti. How are you doing? Oh, yeah, yeah. Hello, Tejas Winnie? Is that what I'm supposed to say? Is it Tejas? So, oh. This is somebody who was trying to get like lovey feelings from somebody without actually being genuine. And that lovey energy, this Ace of Cups that they were trying to get, is either that admiration, like I want to be friends with you, or I want to be maybe even romancing you. Whatever spell they cast, you broke it. You helped everybody see that this person's really just not that special, or not what they say they are, right? This is the Everyday Tarot. Hello, Satender, how are you doing? Are y'all gonna get married? That's a pretty good description there, Lucas. We've got the Three of Wands in the reverse. The Ten of Pentacles. Yeah, this was somebody who was waiting for a big payday. They felt like they were going to get married to someone rich. They felt like they were going to get an investment in their business. They felt like they were going to hit it big, and then you showed up and ruined it for them. Because you have this ability to, with your intuition, be able to pick up on that fraud energy or that fake energy, right? Hello, Jay. How are you doing? Hello, video. Hey, Illuminati. Okay, so you've put them in a difficult situation. What I'm picking up on is this is somebody who has partially invested in a shift that they cannot, it's like, I can't undo this. So maybe they have money tied up in like a house that they needed to sell. Maybe they signed a lease. There's something here that they have done and you've got them stuck where it's like, I can't just like run away and pretend none of this happened, but I also haven't achieved what I was trying to do, so they're stuck. They didn't anticipate someone like you coming along and ruining their little scam or their plan. We have Wheel of Fortune in the reverse and the Two of Wands in the reverse. Yeah, here's the problem. We have somebody that they can't just skip town without it costing them something. I'm trying to think of how to explain this. Okay, so I don't remember what show that was. I saw something about a scammer who would get people to marry him and then buy things and then run out on them after he'd married them and taken all their money. And this is kind of sounding like that, where we've got someone who, they have like a process, right? I get you to trust me, and the more you trust me, or the longer time I have to get you to trust me, the more I can kind of siphon things off of you, right? Gold King, do me a favor and please don't repeat your messages, okay? But we have somebody here who's like partway down that process or that like checklist, and to just leave town is impossible because they have invested in something. Or it's like if you left your, I don't know, cell phone at a date's house, like you're gonna have to go back and get it, right? There's something that's really important that is here or invested here, where it's like I can't just like take my money and run. I can't just leave one night. There's gonna be some problems. Hello, Mark. Okay. Hello, Richie. How's it going? Hello, Anya. Hello, Nikki. If we get to $15 in tips, I will take personal questions for you. Hello, operator. How are you doing? Hey, Asir, could you not repeat the same message, please? Hey, Atala. I know, would that not be the worst, Atala? Like, I wouldn't even be able to, like, understand how that happens because I wouldn't be able to play music in my car if I left my phone somewhere. I'd be like, oh, going right back in for that phone because how am I going to drive without listening to music? So we have the Tower in the reverse and the Six of Swords. This feels to me like someone who is, I think they're going to cut and run anyways. So they sit here and they're like, I don't know how to do this. I don't know how to like change up my plan just because you've come and convinced everyone that I can't be trusted because they've invested in something, right? Like I have to wait until the bank opens up so I can get my money out kind of thing, right? And they have to choose. Am I going to just like leave behind something that is normally kind of important or some money, right? Or do I wait for it, right? Like timing wise, how can I make that work? And I think they're getting to the point where they feel like what they have to do is actually sacrifice or leave behind whatever it is they don't have access to or whatever it is that they feel like they've already invested there. I hope you have some very lovely companionship soon, Martha. Hello, Masoom. How are you doing? Yeah, yes, here. I think I saw that you had said that you watched the X one of the other videos. Hey, Morty. How's it going? Thank you for subscribing. I appreciate it. And thank you for liking the video, everyone. Hello, Shell. How's it going? Oh, gosh. Okay, why does that make me feel like somebody's going to try to do a little desperate thievery? I got some crime. So this feels to me like I can't wait until Monday when the bank opens and I could get like, I don't know, my gold or silver or whatever the heck's in there. Maybe it's just regular money, Carmen. If I can't wait until Monday because I feel a sense of urgency and this person's about to figure out that I'm fake, then if I'm invited to some sort of party and I see somebody has left their wallet, then maybe I'll just take that. I feel like somebody's getting desperate. Like I can't wait long enough to get the things that's mine or the thing that is mine. So like look around, what can I just like run away with? So it's a concern because whoever is comfortable letting this person in their house, they're gonna learn a difficult lesson if that ends up actually happening, right? This is the situations deck. Hello, pets. How are you doing? Oh, I hope that's true. Redbeard, you enjoyed that beard pizza. Hey, Tony, how are you doing? Valid business expense. So we've got retaliation. This card's like following us around today, y'all. They're mad. They're mad that they can't get their little scam to go through because you've called them out or because people no longer trust them. I do feel like there was a flirtation here or someone they were trying to romance and it could have been for nefarious reasons, right? I want to marry you so that I have access to your monies. So if they still have some ability to have access to somebody's house or somebody's party, I do feel like they have a little case of sticky fingers. Oh, that's strange. Is it Shivra? Makes me feel like you don't know what voodoo is. Oh, that sounds pretty delicious. My favorite food. It's pretty easy to say mac and cheese, but I also just had like thin sliced smoked salmon on a bagel with cream cheese. It's pretty amazing. But you know what? I also today was in Trader Joe's and they had butter chicken. Now this is like a frozen thingy of butter chicken, and there's no way it would satisfy my need to actually have butter chicken. Because I used to live like right down the street from a really great Indian restaurant, and then there was one in the walkway too. Thank you, Lucas. I just miss having access to some really good Indian food. Look, you guys, this is somebody who I think is claiming to be single and is not, or they are targeting people who have a lot of money that are single. So we could even draw in Tommy Boy references here, right? With the stepmom lady. I hope I'm not spoiling it for anyone if I say that she was being dishonest. And also, Lucas, if you have a question, you let me know. All right. Let's just dive in then with Grindhard's questions. And if Lee is on, I would do a question for her as well. Monty, if you want a question, I feel bad. I feel really bad. Sorry. Okay, so let's see what we've got for Grindhard. We'll go with the Crow Tarot. Yeah, if she's here, I would totally do a question for her. All right, Grindhard, we have, what was her reaction to the pic that she got sent? Was it? What was her reaction? Seven of Cups and the Three of Cups in the reverse. Why is she wondering if you sent this to somebody else? I think she really wants to know if you're talking to other people, and her thought was, is this just for me? But did she like it? Did she like the picture? It's just you smiling, right? That's the picture? We've got the King of Wands in the reverse. Okay, so this is moving to like maybe not so much liked it. I think she's concerned about whether or not, like, what's the motivation? Because now we have a King of Wands in the reverse, Page of Cups in the reverse, and the Three of Swords. Now, you don't have to tell me too many details here, but I'm going to tell you that either she was in a bad mood and she didn't really seem to appreciate the timing, or there's a question here about whether or not you are flirting with other people. Like, do you talk to me differently than how you talk to other people, right? That's what she wants to know. Are you just a flirt? Is she talking about him in a positive way today? Yes. With the Emperor, no less. Oh, and the Two of Cups? Okay. That's very positive. This is talking about your ability to like take charge or move things forward, go what it is, or go for whatever it is that you want. And the Two of Cups is loving energy. So I feel like this is specifically saying that she likes that you're pursuing the way that you are. So I feel like this is talking about the romantic approach. She's digging it. So gas pedal keep the foot right there. She likes that you are clear about the fact that you want to be with her. We've got the Ten of Pentacles in the reverse. The question is, are you going to have sustaining, like King of Pentacles energy? Is there going to be like a long-term connection here? Oh, well, I hope you enjoy the message. Hello, Roberto. Hello, Soham. Hello, Mackenzie. Trish would like a little bit of guidance or direction. I got you, Trish. Trish, there's something here that has gone unresolved or something that needs to be kind of cut off or ended. And I feel like you know this truth. You've known this truth for a while, but you're stuck at this crossroads. We've got the Two of Swords and the Two of Pentacles in the reverse, which tells me that it's kind of like a right or a left thing, right? Which direction am I going? And you know that when you make this decision, it could really upset some people or cause a lot of instability. But with the Four of Cups, this is telling me that there's something you're rejecting or avoiding, or by not making a decision, you are losing out on something that you are meant to be enjoying. So it seems to me like you're supposed to follow what makes you happy. You can't just completely disregard what other people think, but I feel like this is a situation where maybe you're taking external opinions more seriously than you should. For reference, you can just go to the end of Legends of the Fall when Anthony Hopkins' character goes, "Screw 'em." Gabriel's all demanding about it. This is the Crow Tarot, but it's probably not going to be what I use for too much longer. I do like to switch it up. Yeah. Liam and Laura, can't we all just get along? Or like be quiet? No. We can make it a little bit more friendly. I believe that. Oh, thank you, Fernando. I will get, well, yeah, I think it's time to get a different deck. Let's see. Your question was about spiritual life. I want to pull a few from the Voyage of the Soul, and then probably the Wild Reflections. But thank you for the tip. I appreciate that. And that was Fernando, right? What do we have for Fernando? So I'm sensing, Fernando, that there's an opportunity here for you to make some changes, but the changes that you're considering or that you feel drawn to, there could be some concern here about whether or not somebody's trying to block you or whether or not somebody would be really mad at you. I feel like there's a lot of negative energy from one person, and it's like they send all of their negative energy right at you. So I don't know if this is like a family member or somebody that you are in a relationship with, but I kind of feel like this person is making you feel bad about something that they should not be making you feel bad about. So let me get a few from What's the News. What else do we have for Fernando? Ridding negativity. See that? This person who has this really negative energy has been preventing you from a pretty amazing path that I think you're supposed to be on. We have spilling the beans, and I feel like this is about you communicating what it is that you plan on doing or what you've decided to do. Maybe you don't need this person's approval. Yeah, see, I feel like you might be considering moving, changing jobs, maybe even changing the whole career or ending a relationship. You know that it's not going to be easy, but you see that the finish line or like the outcome would be worth all of this effort. And I got to tell you, I feel like you're right. And there's people here who want to like throw a pity party or a tantrum and like yell at you for doing what would, I think, be the right move for you. Sorry, I do feel like it's important to pull some from this as well. Yeah, that's a good idea. Are we all right? Hey, Moonflower. Hello, Mike. It sure is. I agree, Sheldon. Oh, that's okay. Maybe there's a better channel for you, Mia. Hey, Randy, there's probably a better channel for you. So I would encourage you to ask people what their beliefs are before you judge them and tell them they're going to hell. No, I've been trying to figure out if everything's okay. I don't think I saw your question. Oh, okay, I see it. I might need to write this down. Hold on. Sorry, it's hard to keep the screen where I need it together. Same with energy. Okay, I think I got it. Thank you, Lucas. I was just gonna put one more card for Fernando. Hopefully he's still watching. Because I do feel like there's a lot here for you. Carry through with your plans, Fernando. The one who cares for you is anxious for a letter. And I wish you luck. There's a lot of positive change for you. That is important. And what should we use? I think it's time to go with the Earth Bones Tarot, I think is what it's called. Congratulations on your sobriety. That's awesome. I wish you continued healing. Oh, I don't think that's true, Gabriel. I constantly refer to the fact that we all have our intuition and we should be like cluing into that, right? Ooh, I see Lee. I got your question. Okay. Cool, I got you, Lee. All right, so for Lucas, we've got is SCM, SNK, and LB, genuinely interested. I'm gonna ask those one at a time. Is SCM genuinely interested in Lucas? Yes. And I'm picking up some kind of intellectual vibes with SCM. Is SNK genuinely interested in Lucas? No. Five of Petals or Five of Pentacles in the reverse. I feel like this is a roster situation with SNK. And you're not a back burner boy. Sorry, I just like the alliteration, so I went with it. What about LB? Is that genuine interest in Lucas, please? Yes. Okay, so for LB, with it being the Chariot, we've either got somebody who is highly motivated, which is a good thing, or we've got somebody who doesn't stick around for very long. So watch out and figure out which of that is true regarding LB. And have CMH and PC together been messing with his energy? No. The number 4 just came through twice. 4 of Wicks or 4 of Wands in the reverse and the 4 of Crystals. So I do feel like it's 4, like a group of 4 people, if that helps you. We've got 10 of Crystals or 10 of Swords in the reverse. And I do feel like there's something here about things getting easier with regards to what you're dealing with. Because fewer people, I feel, are going to be involved. But there's one person who seems to have a fixation on you. Nice. Hello, Raggy Rock. How are you doing? You too. So we've got Lee's question, which is, will tomorrow's outcome have a positive impact with regards to the vacation you would like to take with Sage? Yes. 9 of Jars. This is actually the 9 of Cups, which talks about wish fulfillment. So I do feel like you're going to get positive movement on that. With the Page of Crystals or Page of Swords and the reverse, I do feel like it's going to be a good move for you to have more than necessary information. So be like over prepared for tomorrow regarding the vacation side of things. Have all the information at the ready, you know, like maybe even make like a little note card. Because I feel like he's going to try to poke holes and it's like a volley back and forth and you're like, nope, 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 nope. And then there's like really no chance of saying no and justifying it. All right, I will do one more question. What else do we have out there? I did. I'm sorry, Coops. Let me write this down. Coops is next, and we've got being stuck on an X. Sorry about that, Coops. Thank you for asking me to check. Guidance and clarity. I got you. And thank you for the tip. All right. Let me get back to the bottom of the chat. There we go. Okay, so for Coops, we've got the X that has been kind of lingering on the mind. What kind of clarity does Coops need regarding this? What do you do to get outside? Do you like fishing? Do you like hunting? Do you like camping? Do you like horseback riding? Do you like any of that? Because I feel like this is very much so indicating like a night under the stars or like having some solitude and quiet away from the craziness. There's a need to get more grounded, and it has a lot to do with nature. And if there's something in particular that you really do connect with, if you really like horses, or if you really like, fishing, like I said, that's the beginning of it, right? That's like a self-care that's easy to access, or something that should be relatively easy to work into your schedule. But with the King of Petals in the reverse, King of Pentacles in the reverse, it's the grounded energy that you're missing right now. So having that kind of like healthy tether to what makes you happy, or what helps you to feel calm inside. Watching water sounds kind of crazy, but an ocean coming up on the beach, or a river rushing under a bridge, those things can help you in terms of just like the inner calm that you feel. But there's a lack of grounded energy here, and it could be quite easily addressed if you're able to work in a regular outdoor activity. I also feel like there's a little heads up here that you might be in the near future tempted to walk away from a love interest. And the universe is like, we put that person in your life for a reason. Could you please get to know them? Please? Please? So we've got the Ace of Petals, which would be the Ace of Pentacles. The Teacher, which is the Hierophant, and that can talk about somebody who's a good mentor, or somebody who maybe has a great spiritual connection. But then we also have the Lovers. So this is such beautiful energy that is right around the corner. And I feel like this is like the capstone of that session of healing for you. It starts off with you on your own, pursuing that more like natural setting, getting grounded. And then beyond that, you might even meet somebody while you're out there, or, fishing, whatever. This is somebody who feels like the balance to what you have. So yeah, get out in a boot outdoors, and I wish you luck. Yes, thank you for liking the reading. I appreciate that so much. You calling me a tree hugger? You don't have anything more creative than that? That's so disappointing. And you repeated it, so I'm just gonna put you on a 60-second timeout so you can think about what you've done. But really though, there's so much better jokes out there. Hello, Shag, how you doing? Hello, Darnell. Did not like what? Okay. Oh well. Hello, Jim. How are you doing? Uh-huh. Interesting. Oh, you're so welcome, Coop. Thank you for helping me to see that I missed your comment. I'm sorry about that. Usually I'm pretty good at catching them. Do we have another question? I think I had said I was just gonna do one more. Hello, Anna. How are you doing? That's funny. Yeah, do we need to have like a little powwow? What's up? We need to have a little chat? A little mediation? Hey, Carlos. It's the moon. Thank you, Shashi. I hope you're having a good day. Hello, Diego. ¿Cómo está? All right. Well, I'll leave it there, y'all. I think I'm going to go eat a cookie. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. And I hope to see you on the next reading. Doodles.